All right, here we go. Mission accomplished for here. I don't think I'm going to cut the grass this week here, so tomorrow what that might mean is I'll have to take 3 chickens, put them aside for 12 hours, and then I'm going to see if it's like this tomorrow. I'll start killing the chickens, because got to get that done soon. But if it's too hot, if it's going to be over 30 degrees, I'm not going to do it, because I'll be by myself. That's a big job for one man. So, but we got to get them done. Yeah, there's ladies that do it for like 200 bucks or $6 a chicken. I'm like, if they could do the whole thing, you know, like it's a time issue. There's 30 some odd birds. With the way we're set up, takes about better part of. Holy geez. That's quite the headwinds. Holy geez. That means there's going to be headwinds on the way back too. Oh, I don't know how it does it. But anyway, yeah, so it takes about 3 guys, 2 days to do that many birds. So I figured if I could get an early start on them, you know, even if I only get 3 birds, if I could do 9 birds this weekend, I'd be happy with that, but I don't think that's going to happen. Right, but just to get a start on them, like do a bird a night, but you can't really do a bird a night when it's like 35 degrees out. Today would be, you know, like, you know, get them done before the noon. You do a couple of birds at a time. I could probably do 3 by myself. The only thing that takes the most time is pulling out the pin feathers, right? So, like the cleaning them, the gutting them, all that stuff is pretty straightforward. The other thing that takes the most time is the water boiling and the constant changing of the water. So for 3 birds, that's fine, but for 33, 35 birds is what we got. I think we only lost 2 so far. But if we don't start clunking them, they're going to start to die of heart attacks and stuff because they're getting too big. So I'm just easing my way out to the next town. I had to make one quick stop there, so that'll delay me a bit, but yeah, I don't want to go too hard on the way there, because if the wind dies off and it goes up to like 30 some odd degrees, I'm going to be coming back in that broiling sun in 30 some odd degrees on the bike, right? And I don't want to be passing out on this thing on the side of the highway. I'll get killed by a tractor trailer. So, gotta kind of pace myself today. I got lots of water with me. It's just, one thing about the bike is like, you have to think ahead, because like, you can't, oh, if some emergency arises, I'll just go here or just go there. If you're hurt, you're hurt. You know what I mean? Or if you're not doing well from the heat, you know what I mean? This isn't going to improve it. It's not like, okay, I'm going to jump in the car, turn on the air conditioning. It doesn't work like that with these, eh? So you gotta think about how you're going to exert yourself during the day. Right now it's about 20, 25 degrees, which is about as hot as I could really stand it, to be honest with you. Any hotter than that is just misery for me, you know? Yeah, you always have that. And like, it just makes your blood boil. It's like, it's always some like teenage girl or something like, oh, I love this 30-degree weather. It's so nice. Yeah, because you're just sitting in your friggin' sun hat at the beach. Yeah, okay, fine. It might be okay for that. Working it, you know, working it is a different story. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, this is a complete misery to work in. It is not so bad so far. I don't know how much grass cutting I'll do again today, because last week that was a really kind of a botched job that I did, in the sense of you know, like cutting the grass just where it was long. It was kind of like splotchy, yeah. But if I cut it anywhere else, it would just burn. So I might do the same today, but it's a lot of riding to go out there and not do any work, right? And all the guys that are doing what I'm doing, like they want to cut the grass regardless because they have to. You know, it's like I need money coming in, you know, because the paycheck to paycheck thing is most of us, right? So I'm not bad for what I do. I actually do not too bad, but the big thing is that it's still, you know, like you got to be smart with your money until you get way ahead, and even then you still got to be smart with your money. You got to be like Norway. Norway right now has enough in its treasury that everybody could, it could give every one of its citizens $300,000, $375,000. They could retire for life on, well, maybe not for life, but they could retire on that for a good while, you know, just because of what they've made off the resources. But if the resources go awry, then they lose money, right? Here, no, we're taxed to death. States, they're taxed to death too. Well, they're really taxed to death now. Yeah, but we won't get into that. You know, big orange truck. Shipbox Supreme. There you go. But he's still making better time than I am. Shade on this side a little bit, so it helps for the next 100 feet or so. Yeah, I'm just on the easy gear today, so even if it takes me an extra 10 or 15 minutes to get to where I'm going, I'm not in the easiest gear. Obviously, you can't pedal in the easiest gear because you won't go anywhere. You literally, it's meant for hill climbing, right? But I'm in the easiest cruising gear. So the smallest ring on the front, the biggest ring on the back. Okay, now that I'm in the sun, I'm gonna go so I can see the traffic coming at me. So I can stay on the road, so it's a little bit less of a rough ride. Like if you can stay on the shoulder, it's not so bad, but on a highway, I can go up one ring. I can go up to there, yeah. You know, like I'm one of those guys, like if you don't have to get your RPM up any higher, just let the gear do the work. You know, because for the extra effort, you're just gonna travel that much faster with minimal extra effort. It's a win. So I can go into the big gear now. I have to readjust my derailleur there. It's throwing the chain a little farther than it needs to. So just got to bring it back a bit. Things stretch, wear out. I mean, I probably put more mileage on this bike than the previous owner did in his, you know, having it for probably God knows how long he's had it for. I know these bikes are like early 2000s, so you know, it's basically like a new bike. It's just, it's older. A little bit of rust on it. Not too bad here though. E-bikes, some people ask me about, Reg, what about getting an e-bike? For a decent e-bike, I could buy a really nice car. You know what I mean? Or a really phenomenal road bike. And the nice thing about the regular road bikes is they're light. So if your battery does die, you don't have to pedal all that weight. And a lot of the bikes that are like under $3,000 are just like e-assist. They're not really truly fully 100% electric, right? You have to pedal. It just gives you a little bit of an extra, you know, takes a little bit of the load for you. And to me, that's fine and dandy and all. But I'd rather pedal a road bike that weighs next to nothing, because I'll still get there faster than the e-bike probably. You know, because the e-bike, yeah, well, e-bike go 40 kilometers an hour, yeah, for about 10K, and that's it. You know what I mean? They do zip along. They have come a long way, but it's also the like a lot of bicycle shops that won't work on the e-bikes because they're like, well, one guy, he put it well. He goes, well, I don't want the battery. I'm not insured for it, and if the battery melts down, I don't want the battery melting down with my kids sleeping, you know, upstairs. You know what I mean? Understandable. You know, that's why I kind of like low tech works no matter what. You know, pedals work as well as you do. You know? And if there wasn't so much traffic, I could keep a higher cadence going. And get there faster. See, what heats me up the most is the fact that I have to work in pants. You know, got pants, socks, and shoes on. And obviously wearing a shirt. And then a hat. And that holds in a lot of heat. And if I'm wearing my whippersnipper, my chainsaw helmet there, that thing, man, it like when I'm working, it's like raining in there. It's so hot, you know? And you say, well, just work in shorts. Not if you want, you know, not if you don't like poison ivy, you don't. That's the main reason why I wear pants while I'm working. Is I'd love to have a job where I could just